Hey, what's up, beautiful people? It's your boy Derek Iverson Sr. coming back at you with another episode of Real Talk Amongst Men. Hey, I just wanted to come and share a quick thought with you that I had today. John 10:10 says in the good book, it says that the thief does not come except to steal and to kill and to destroy. Then it goes on to say, I have come that they may have life and that they may have it more abundantly. And that last phrase was that of Jesus Christ himself. John 10:10, the thief does not come except to steal. First off, he's come to steal. Secondly, it says he comes to kill. Then thirdly, he comes to destroy. All of which the enemy, who we call our enemy, is doing that today. And when I say enemy, I definitively mean Satan himself. But even outside of Satan, we have people who walk around in human form and human bodies, who some we call our enemies. The only reason why a thief would break into your house to steal is that he knows that you have something of value. Oftentimes what happens is we don't even know that we have something of value. I've been reading a book, Sun Tzu's book called Art of War. And two of the principles in that book that I stand on and that I can't help but keep in my mind, it says, first of all, if you're going to garner the victory, the first thing you need to know is know yourself. And then the second thing it says, know your enemy. You can't garner the victory fighting against anybody that you call your enemy if you don't know yourself. And if you never study the way they move in war, the way they come at you, it's almost like a boxer getting into a boxing ring. 9 times out of 10, whoever you fight, you got to go back and study footage on how they fight, how they move, what's their signature punch. If you're going to go to war, or you know that you have an enemy and you know someone out here running around trying to get you, you need to know who they are. You need to know how they move. You need to know what they do. You need to know their strength, and you also need to know their weaknesses. So my question today is to us, who is your enemy? See, a lot of us don't know who our enemies are. A lot of us have people right here on the side of us. We call them day ones. We call them homeboys. We call them husbands. We call them wives. We call them friends. But in reality, they are our enemies because they have been sent on a mission to infiltrate, to get close to us. And a real enemy, he will wait for years to strike, because it may take years for him to get in position. Why do you think all the greats been assassinated, like Dr. Martin Luther King? Why do you think it was so easy for them to assassinate Malcolm X and a host of other people? It's because people plan on putting people in key positions, and they'll stay in those positions for years until they find an opportune time to get you. And the reason why the thief or the enemy is coming at you, because he knows you have something of value. I want you to look at yourself. I want you to dig deep off in your soul and your spirit and ask yourself, what do I have of value that the thief will come and try to steal from me? Why do you think our youth of today is under such attack? The reason why youth are dying at a rate and at a level like none before is because the enemy knows the value of our youth more than we know the value of our youth. If you're a parent, if you're a grandparent, if you're an auntie, if you're an uncle, if you're a big cousin or anything like that, come and know and understand the value of that which we now have possession of. The reason why the enemy is trying to eliminate our children, the reason why the rap culture has significantly changed, and the reason why we see more violence in rap music than none other before is because the enemy knows that if he comes to steal, kill, and destroy. He knows that our era or our time is almost up, so it's time for the next generation to stand up. And the generation that's coming behind us is the generation that will strike a mighty blow against his kingdom or against the system of this world. And see, what does the enemy do? We're so distracted by the things that's going on in the world and the things that's going on around us is that we have allowed the enemy to put us to sleep. And if the enemy can woo you to sleep, then he can go in and steal your goods without it even being contested. If he can get us off focus and get our minds on something else that's going on in the world, he can play these suggestive games with our youth and with our teens. If they can keep them in front of the TV and keep sending subliminal messages to them. If they can sit in their room with these earphones on their ear and listen to this music all day long that's talking about stealing, killing, and destroying. See, the enemy will get our children to do the job against each other or one another and kill themselves. Why do you think suicide is so prevalent? Suicide rate amongst our children are astronomically high like never before. And we have to ask ourselves, why is this happening? Organ harvesting is at an all-time high. People are making billions of dollars off of it. Why do you think that there's teens, black, white, and children are missing all over this world? Because you got older people with money that are dying, and they trying to get organs that would help them live. And then we have a generation of young folk who are now getting caught up in these RICO cases. And they finna get time like never before. Ask yourself this question. Why is the black man in America public enemy number one? What is it about the black man? And I'm not trying to make this a racial issue. I'm just keeping it real. This is real talk amongst men, so we're going to keep it real. What is it about our youth? What is it about the black man? What is it about the inner city that has now become the most important piece of property in the world, all over the cities in the world? Why are they making a migration back into the inner city? Ask yourself all these questions. And then ask yourself again, who is your enemy? See, because you know what the sad part about it is? We see each other as a threat. When at one time in life, all we had to depend on was one another. And for people to say that we can't bring nothing together, we can't come together, that's a lie from the pits of hell. They did it down there in Black Wall Street and other cities around the United States that are not made it mentioned as much as Black Wall Street. They did it back then. How come we can't do it now? What's stopping us from doing it now? The only thing that's stopping us from doing it now is our unity. And we have to unify like never before, because our very lives depend on it. Not only our lives, but the lives that are coming behind us. They depend on that. Who is my enemy? Because my brother that look just like me ain't my enemy. Somebody with a blue rag and I claim a red rag. Those are not my true enemies. Because in reality, they in the same situation I'm in. And they see that I have something of value, and I see that they have something of value. And that something of value is their life. That something of value for me is my life. So we put our eyes and we clamor after stuff, but that stuff ain't valuable. That stuff that's out there in the world ain't no more valuable than your life. Your life is the most valuable thing that you have. And if we start preaching and teaching that to the next generation, they gonna get it. This truck that I'm sitting in, my wife's truck, it's a brand new truck. It's a nice truck, but it don't mean nothing at the end of the day because it's just stuff. I can't take this with me when I leave here. The house, your house that you stay in, you got it all fixed up and it's looking good. That don't mean nothing at the end of the day. At the end of the day, what are we going to leave behind? Besides stuff, are we going to leave principles? Are we going to leave some type of form of understanding of who God is and what God can do for us and the plight that we had to go through in these United States of America? Who is your enemy? All I ask is that you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button if you like the video, leave a message, and share the video. Again, this is a Real Talk Amongst Men, Real Talk Amongst Mankind. Derek Iverson Sr. signing off. Saying I'll holler at you guys later. Until next time, God bless you. Peace out.